in Com, where Elena works. Now we are going to interview with Elena, and we are now Elena's workplace, and it's school, primary school. It looks so cool. Okay. Hello everyone. This will be our first short movie about volunteers. I will ask some questions. She will tell us about herself and about her project.
Hey!
Okay. Can you tell us a little about yourself?
Yeah, hey, my name is Elena, you know that, yeah, for sure. Elena Zayats. I'm from Belarus. I'm 30 years old already. Yeah, and I'm an EVS volunteer.
So how is your work and what is your duties? What are you doing in Milicz?
Yeah, I work as a teacher of English language and also like kind of event manager here in my host organization. I work in Com. This is a primary school and cultural center. Plus, also there is a museum of Christmas toys because this building was before it was a factory and it was very famous Christmas toys factory. It was famous in the world. So yeah, and now I work here. I'm a teacher. I work with children. I try to show them, introduce like non-formal education and. Just maybe, I don't know, something with art, because my profession is art, everything about art. I'm art manager, stage director, singer, etc. Yeah.
You also give some music lessons, or?
Yeah, sometimes, for example, in the summer we had a performance, in the spring, I think, yeah. And I had rehearsals with children. I was working on a song for performance. So yeah, like I tried to, my work I tried to make creative, you know.
Okay, so how long have you been in Milicz?
Oh,
you are working in
I'm
this,
here already 1 year because my project now is finishing.
Yes,
yeah. Like in 3 weeks I'm going home.
So how was your experience in Milicz? And I want to ask this question for the next volunteers actually. Before I come here, I was curious about how life is in Milicz and what is going on in there. People are happy or satisfied. What's your experience in Milicz?
Life in Milicz is very quiet, but I like it because I wanted to have like this project. I didn't want to have EVS project in big city because I'm from big city and I had before I had experience to live and work in the big city, and I wanted to change something. I want to have peaceful time for evaluation myself, understanding myself. So I knew that Milicz is a small city with 15,000 only citizenships here. So I knew that it will be a small town, let's say, and quiet and peaceful. I didn't have big expectations like there will be Rio de Janeiro every day, you know, something like this. So I knew everything about the city. I checked in internet about the city, population, etc., etc. And I did this. I made this choice. Yeah, and for me, I'm happy that I came to EVS. Yeah, because of course there was a lot of different things and specific things with our maybe coordinator, etc. But in general, everything is okay, and I'm very glad that I came to this project because I understood a lot about myself more. I came with some experience already, but thanks to this project, I evaluated also a lot of things. EVS, for example, gave me possibility to travel also. It's very important for me, you know. I have been to Amsterdam Amsterdam to Berlin. I had a European forum. These circumstances to be as a EVS volunteer like gave me opportunity to participate maybe in some European interesting events. So yeah, I'm very glad, and I've met a lot of people, very interesting, authentic people. So yeah, I'm glad actually. I think it was very right choice, and I want to encourage other volunteers to come, because you can have this year, for example, I had year. You can have this time to understand a lot about yourself. It's not about only traveling, enjoy, etc. You can spend this time for education, for learning online courses, etc. So for me it was very nice and quiet time. For me this time was very important to be in peace, without this upside down energy, etc. And I had this time, I got it, what I wanted, yeah.
I'm curious about your daily life as a volunteer and as a foreigner. Did you have some difficulties as a foreigner in Poland and in Milicz? And it's also a small city. How was the pros and cons for you?
For me, everything was actually not difficult. First, we're neighbors, Poland and Belarus. Yeah, so languages are very similar. 30% of words are the same. For me, first, even to learn Polish wasn't so difficult task. Yeah, so I'm glad, by the way, that I've learned Polish a little bit. So I want to continue to practice my Polish. Yeah, I hope I will do this in my country. We'll see. Yeah, so it wasn't difficult, and my daily life, I felt quite comfortable, because even the same cultures, yeah, like Slavic culture, we have common history before Poland and Belarus. We've been before one country a long time ago, so it was very interesting, and for me, I didn't feel any difficulties, let's say, like this. And my daily life, I work 3 days in a week, but I work, for example, from 9 till 3 o'clock, sometimes till 4 o'clock. Like it's the time like varies.
Yeah. Can you tell us about one of the most exciting memory of yours during your EVS project?
I think it will be difficult because I had a lot of amazing moments. Because for like going to Amsterdam, for example, my travel to Amsterdam, because it was my first travel alone. I was so excited and I was so scared. I had adrenaline all the time. Here in Milicz, I've started to run. I go to the gym. I do sport all the time, exercises, but I don't like to run. But here I forced myself.
In open air or in
No, actually, I realized it's also because of EVS. It's good. I like comfort, and I need to run in the gym. I need to have my water bottle, some music in my I like to run in the gym. Yeah. So yeah, I start to. And also learning. I start to learn more, I think, more languages. And I also decided to learn a new language, to take one more language, maybe it will be German or Dutch. I'm happy that I had this EVS, yeah.
And what about the other volunteers?
Yeah.
The connection between you and other volunteers?
Yeah, this is a very interesting topic, because before I thought like I'm a cosmopolite, that I'm person of the world. I thought like we are the same, there is no borders, but I really don't think so right now. I feel that we're different, because Slavic culture and European culture.
But in good way or bad way?
I don't know. Sometimes it depends on, because sometimes it was very difficult in the beginning, like to understand European mind, because in Slavic countries. We are sexist countries, chauvinist a little bit, but in a good way. We have these traditions that man, he must care about his lady, etc. Or it's about this, or about vegetarian culture. People in Europe, they have completely opposite situation. It's very interesting, like social, changes and social differences, I would say, and sometimes it was a challenge. It was a challenge to understand to accept behavior of other people. But it's a very great challenge, and I'm glad that I had this. But for me, it was very difficult. But it was for me so by the way, we're not the same. And I live, by the way, with Italian, Spanish, and Turkish, and Belarusian. That's very funny. That was very amazing experience, and we are very cool together. We are very nice, and when we had this conversation about our cultures, differences, or about something, like in Slavic or in Europe or in Spain or Italy, and that's so interesting. And sometimes funny, and sometimes I'm very confused. But the most interesting that I found out that Belarusian culture more closer to Turkish culture than to European sometimes.
Yeah, I feel also the same Russian as well.
Yeah. Slavic values, let's say.
Mindset.
Yeah, they are more closer to Turkish. I don't know. That's so interesting. Paradox. I don't know. Yeah.
Can you say something as in Polish that you learned in Poland?
You want? I speak in Polish.
Yes.
Jestem Elena, ja pracuję jako nauczycielka angielskiego języka w Komie. Co jeszcze? Ja lubię chodzić do siłowni. No to wszystko. To może być.
What did you say?
I said my name is Elena. Yeah, I work as a teacher in Com, and I like to go to the gym.
Help! I need somebody. Help! Not just anybody. Help! I need someone. Help! When I was young, was so much younger than today. I never needed anybody's help in any way. But now these days are gone, I'm not so self-assured. Now I found I changed my mind, I've opened up the doors. Help me if you can, I'm feeling down. And I do appreciate you being round. Help me get my feet back on the ground. Won't you please, please help me? And now my life has changed in so many ways. My independence seems to vanish in the haze. But every now and then I feel so insecure. I know that I just need you like I've never done before. Help me if you can, I'm feeling down. And I do appreciate you being round. Help me get my feet back on the ground. Won't you please, please help me? When I was young, was so much younger than today. I never needed anybody's help in any way. But now these days are gone, I'm not so self-assured. Now I found I changed my mind, I've opened up the doors. Help me if you can, I'm feeling down. And I do appreciate you being round. Help me get my feet back on the ground. Won't you please, please help me? Help me, help me.
Did you miss your friends, family, and people in your country?
Yes, of course, because my family is very important for me. I have a special connection with my mom, with my friends, with my dad, and I miss them very much. And I'm going now home and I want to see them. Maybe because of them, I will not miss in beginning of I will not miss EVS, but I know that I will miss EVS for sure. But my family is waiting for me, so that's cool. Yeah, and maybe in the end of this video, it will be post-scriptum video. I wanted to say thanks to my autumn, because autumn is my favorite season, and all the time I have something new in autumn. So I wanted to say thank you, autumn. I love you, and I feel you. So, bye bye.